Hey everyone, and welcome to my very first game dev video. So yeah, I made a game and well, I'm gonna tell you about it. So yeah, let's go. Before I started on my journey to developing my very first game from start to finish, I sat down and asked myself, ultimately, what do I want the player experience to be? Being relatively new to game development, this was one of the very first things that I'd learned. What is it that we want the player to feel? And well, I came up with this.
We popped the balloon.
Yeah, I'm making a SpongeBob SquarePants remake. No, no, it's just the balloons. We're popping balloons. We're popping balloons. Once I had an idea of what type of experience I wanted the player to feel, and in my case, it's basically the sensation of popping a balloon because I'm weird and I used to like to do that, and I kind of still do, and it's weird. The next step was to identify the MVP, minimum viable product. What is the one action or core gameplay that we want in our game? And then we can build our game around this. And well, I came up with basically a runner-style balloon popper game. And oh yeah, seagulls attack you. Damn And maybe this game stemmed from my hatred of seagulls because they stole my sandwich one time, but let's not talk about that experience. And from there, it was really about building around that gameplay. So when you pop a balloon, you get points that go towards your score, your overall score. And also you get a slight increase the longer you stay alive. I just linked the score to movement for this, and basically this is how you do it. I'll show it. Look at the screen. Look at it. I'm showing you the code. By the way, coding is hard if you're stupid like me. Then I thought, wouldn't a power-up ability be cool? So I added that too. And now when you reach a certain score, you fill the balloon meter. And once you fill 3 balloon meters, then you're basically able to go faster and finally deal with those pesky birds. Burn in hell. For the seagull audio, I paid universally known voice actor and film star Mark Hamill. I lied. It's me, okay? Then I thought, wouldn't it be cool if the birds dropped feathers so that when we hit them, we get feathers? I had no idea what I thought of that. It actually serves no purpose. I'm not joking. It's cool. Don't judge me. Basically, I do have plans for the feathers. I genuinely do. It's going to be in a follow-up release. We're going to make a merchant system once I learn how to do that. And you'll be able to buy cool things like new abilities and new characters. And it's on the roadmap. But yeah, you can hit the birds and get feathers. And they go towards your score as well, actually. There's a purpose. See, I have one purpose. They actually do count toward you get some points by collecting them. Editor, code that into my game. I don't have an editor. I'm talking to myself. By now, you're probably thinking, those balloons look pretty realistic. How the hell did he do that? Oh, you're not thinking that? Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. First of all, check out Jason Yang's videos on YouTube. He actually had one of the best tutorials on basically how to use line renderers in 2D to make realistic rope physics. It was a really good tutorial because the script was well written and easy for me to understand, and because, well, I don't compute stuff well. So I then basically took that script and copied it. I then applied the 2D rope physics to my balloons and tweaked bits and pieces like trimming the length of the balloons and applying movement to simulate a light breeze when the balloons rise up. Yeah, I also coded the balloons to rise and be realistic, and that's not really that hard to do if I can do it. I then applied the 2D rope physics to my balloons, trimming the length of the balloons and applying movement to simulate a light breeze when the balloons rise up. I did that through adding additional randomized force to the initial rope segment. Basically, picture the dudes at the gym that use those big ropes to look cool and stuff and exercise by banging them up and down. I'm putting that in the video. So I basically took the first rope segment in my array of rope segments, basically the beginning of the rope, and added an additional force to the already applied gravity to that rope. I tweaked around with some really small values, and this probably could have been done a lot better if someone who actually knew it to code was doing it. But look, I did it. The effect works. You get randomized balloon string directions, and the balloon looks realistic and stuff. At least I think. I also went and changed the rope start positions to be on the balloon itself and not the mouse because, you want realistic balloons and you don't want your mouse dictating where the string goes. And I then created some new materials which we can use for the balloon strings and then coded the line renderer material to change based on the level that we're in. And that's what I spent a lot of my time doing. I don't know why I spent so much time doing that. Okay, so at this point we actually have something that looks and plays out like a game. And after making the balloons I thought, you know, what would be better than balloons? Even more balloons! So I made a smaller balloon and shortened its line render and reduced its width. I then made an air balloon type balloon thing because, you know, it looks cool. Who doesn't want to burst multiple balloons and have a multiple balloon sound effect? And finally added a balloon that carries a health drop which gives you more life. Because we got to live and survive. And of course each balloon carries a different score. I know what you're thinking. We have a score, but how do we track that score? How do you save it? Well, using my profound knowledge of C#, I went and used Unity's inbuilt player prefs class, built literally into the Unity engine. Literally the most simple thing you can... To be fair, the player pref system is quite handy if you're looking to build a structured and simple enough game. And for our purposes, we didn't really need a big save system, so player prefs worked out great. So basically we can now track our high scores, character and level unlock progress, and if music was clicked on or off in prior sessions. We also had a difficulty level that we could then select, and then saving music transitions from scene to scene. Next we needed a menu. I kept it simple with a character selection and level selection tab, as well as buttons to navigate across scenes to check your high score, select the difficulty and quit the game. I also have a music button where you can turn the music on and off. I also went back and tweaked the sprites using player prefs to track when a character or level is unlocked so that the lock sprite comes off. For the music, I composed my own background music using Ableton Live Lite and a really amazing app called Groove Mixer. It's very easy to pick up and use, and I really liked it because I can make beats on the go, and yeah, I work full time, so this was super handy. But I also used BFX-OR, which is a great tool for creating quick audio effects. I mean, it's genuinely super handy. If you're ever in a game jam or doing kind of quick projects, this is a handy tool. So once I had a fully operational game, I went on to add more levels, characters, changing the level terrains, adding different balloons and birds on each of the levels. Do you know what's missing in this game? Pop-up notifications to tell you you're a great person, you're doing good things, your life is not totally worthless. So I went back and added some pop-up achievements which trigger when you hit a particular score to make it more rewarding for the player. You also have pop-up notifications when you hit certain scores telling you you've unlocked a level or a character. I know what you're thinking. Well, no way he drew all those amazing artworks himself. I mean, look at those clouds. Just look at that seagull. Look at that balloon. Look at everything. To draw the artwork, I mostly used Coral Painter 2019 and a bit of Photoshop here and there. Finally, it was time to test out my full game. Weeks and months of hard work, and here we go. This should be freaking awesome. Well, great! So I spent the guts of a month removing bugs, coming across new bugs I probably created myself, trying to fix the first bugs that I found, solving them, creating more bugs, and, well, and finally I had a complete game that worked. Next, I just needed to integrate Google Play service. Next I needed to integrate ads into my game. Well, you know, I spent 4 months in this game with no social life, so I gotta try and make that bread. You know what I'm saying? No? The tool I used for this is AppLoving, and by the way, big special thanks to Awesome Tuts, aka Fahir, who actually helped me a lot in terms of my game development journey. Check out his tutorials over on Udemy and his channel Awesome Tuts on YouTube. And while I'm giving shoutouts, big shout out to Blackthorn Prod, again, helped me hugely on my game development journey, and Brackies and Danny. I'm probably missing other people. Oh, also Mr. Taft Creates. People don't really know much about him, but he's very good as well. Thank you to those people, because I would not be able to build this game if I hadn't been able to watch their videos, along with other people that I watched that I probably haven't mentioned yet. Thank you all so much. And between integrating Google Play services and AppLovin, for someone like me with no software engineering background or any coding experience prior to this, I found it quite simple to do. Finally, and I said finally several times, so please let this be the final time I say finally, it was time to publish my game. My palms were sweaty, heart filled with anticipation. What the Okay, so I ended up deleting my client ID over on the Google Cloud Platform, which basically manages all your API, application programming interface. If you're wondering, I didn't say programming correctly. Basically, An API is a waiter who brings you food, and the customer is one program and the chef is another, and that's the best analogy I got. Basically, this client ID was linked to my game, and yeah, don't do what I did, just don't be stupid like me. Yeah, fun fact, when you're making your game, before you publish it, you need to use the upload certificate to test your Google Play services, and then when you publish your game, you need to use the app signing certificate. I think that's right. But then again, my Google Play services doesn't work, but I believe it's because something tiny that I did stupid. But that's a rule of thumb. I researched the shit out of it. That should work. But make sure you change it back to the app signing certificate when you push your game to production. It's my first game, guys. Give me a break. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I mean, what the hell is a quaternion? I mean, can someone really tell me what a Mata Efatan 2 is? Like, what does that even do? What science? And that's it. Here's my first game I made all by myself. From beginning to end, while kind of watching a lot of tutorials, I used the knowledge and applied it, and I made this. Personally, I feel very satisfied with my game. I feel like I've accomplished what I set out to do in the beginning of this journey in creating that experience and feeling of popping balloons and the sensation that you get from doing that, and then building up a score, and just the whole gameplay experience feels like it's on par with what I wanted to achieve. So I'm very happy. You can now pop balloons and fend off those pestering seagulls who everyone wants to kick in the face. I've also got a few new updates planned, but feel free to suggest any ideas you have in the comment section and I'll have a look at them. But I'm really excited for new things to add to this game. However, I will be taking a bit of a break from this particular game. The last 4 months have drained me, and given this was my first game, there was a huge learning curve. It was fun. I hated every moment. The game is available for Android on the Google Play Store. I don't have it on iOS at the moment because I don't have a Mac and I need something called Xcode, and they can't wait, but I will be releasing it soon. Check out the link below. You can download it for free. That's a pretty amazing deal if you ask me. You download it, and if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. And what do people normally what do people say? Smash? Why smash the like button? I mean, can I not just say click this the subscribe and like button? Can I? A lot of keyboards are rolling in their graves right now. Are you kidding me? What, are we engaging Hulk on the other end of the computer watching this piece of shit? Subscribe for similar content coming soon. Also, if you want to be a cool person like other cool people and support the games and videos I'm working on, you can become a Patreon by hitting the link below on the screen. Below the screen, it's somewhere. Click it, please. Drink some coffee, guys. Don't stay up too late like me. Seriously, I have insomnia, and I'll catch you guys next time.